Go then. There you go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's thingy about bodies. There we go. The process of the month is the amalgamation and actualization of the algorithm interrupt energy. It is run on crown and sacrum, and the notes on the one sheet is the energy will be similar to the killing energy. Same arena, but slightly different. If you're not willing to do killing energy, you will not be able to do this. This will prevent you from being implanted in any lifetime with a chip that controls you. So, this process being this energy. You become the energy, you amalgamate that into your body so it becomes part of who you are. You have to choose vibrational compatibility. There you go. So everything all of you are doing to avoid being, knowing, perceiving, and receiving the amalgamation and actualization of the algorithm interrupt energy will you now destroy and uncreate it all. Good. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Also, before I forget, since we're talking about this, some of you might not be smart enough to avoid directing this energy at your electronics. So you might want to put a nice little algorithmic interrupt bubble, a dome covering your computers or other things. Ask them to protect themselves. Ask, you and your body not to perhaps infuse your computer or anything electronic with this energy that you don't intend to fry. Because it's occurred. So fair warning, you've been warned. If you still do it, it's not my fault. I've never done that to my phone. I was like, I'm not doing that to my phone. I need this thing. But then again, when I did did we do this? We did the sex fat process last month, didn't we? Right? Or was it 2 months ago? Well, whenever we get it, I forgot. I ran that body process on someone while I had my phone just sitting on my lap, and then my home button went away. Back when we used to have home buttons, it wouldn't work anymore. It was fine before the process. After an hour process, no home button. So it does occur. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the amalgamation and actualization of algorithm interrupt energy, will you revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So this process came out, Jesus, I don't know how many years ago, but it was when we did a 9 trannies class. This process came out at the 9 trannies class. And for you guys all know the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, similar thing. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this body process came out in the 9 trannies class. And after that 9 trannies class, a lot of websites went down. Some banking systems went down. A few airlines went down. It was a lot of, I think United Airlines went down, and I forget, some stuff in China went down, and then some other things were down for a few days. I don't know why they crashed or how they crashed, but they just somehow managed to have, or like a stock, did the US stock exchange go down, or it was another stock exchange? Okay, there you go. I'm not the best at selling stories because I don't really care, but there was a lot of stuff that happened coincidentally after this process, and the 1, 2, 3 came out, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 came out. So I don't know what else to say about this process. Oh, I know what to say. The first time I had this process run, it was very intense. It felt like there was electricity shooting out of the bottom of my feet. And oddly enough, I had warts on the bottom of my feet, and I didn't really try to get rid of them or whatever. They were just there. They weren't bothering me. But short times after running this process, I went to put socks on, and I noticed they were just totally gone. So I don't know how this process did that, but I blame this process. So there are all my anecdotal things I know about this process, and a nice neat bow for all of you. And everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the amalgamation and actualization of the algorithm interrupt energy will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, meons. And everything you're doing to make sure you'll never be the killing energy, because you spend too many lifetimes killing each other and killing other people. And so now you swore you're never ever going to kill again. And so that includes killing other people's stupidity and killing technology that should die. Will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate everything you did to say that? Cool. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. So one of the things Gary talks about is this energy is similar to the killing energy. Why? Well, because to be an algorithmic interrupt, and you guys know all what an algorithm is. It's like a program. It's a mathematical formula, an advanced mathematical formula. You know, it calculates, like the airlines, for example, they'll have algorithms that increase the price based on the time when you're purchasing it, the amount of seats left, all of those things. And so they have an algorithm that calculates the price for, you know, your seat. And so why do you have to be the killing energy? Well, in order to, if you interrupt that computation, if you interrupt that thought, if you interrupt that algorithm, what do? You kill it. So if you're not willing to be the killing energy, if you're not willing to kill someone else's thoughts, you know, because all your thoughts are so precious that we wouldn't want to ever kill your thoughts, because, you know, you think, therefore you are. So if we stop your thinking, you no longer exist. Everything that brought up or let down, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, meons. Hi, Tatiana. At least you laugh at my jokes. Everyone else is already brain dead. I don't know what happened. And we didn't get any questions already. Okay. So everything you're doing to, I don't know what. Oh, so what is it you prove by avoiding being the killing energy? Oh, that you're a nice person. So everything that is time is a Godzilla, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. So what is it you prove by avoiding killing? Oh, that you're pathetic. Gotcha. Everything that is times a Godzilla, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. What is it you prove by avoiding killing? Everything that is times a Godzilla, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Also, if you're not willing to be the killing energy, then you also, and you want to be a healer, that doesn't really work, because then you can't kill diseases. You know, and that includes, you know, diseases going on in your own body. And, you know, the thing is, like what it said in the process is, if you're willing to be this, it will prevent you from being implanted with, in any lifetime, with a chip that controls you. But also, by being this, you are less likely to buy someone else's point of view. You won't get implanted. You won't align and agree or resist and react to their thoughts, perhaps. You could just kill their thoughts. But you don't want to kill their thoughts, because those are important. Okay, I don't have anything else to say. So does someone have questions? Anything? No? Do we already kill your brains? Oh, you have a question.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
Oh, thank you. I'm new in this certification, and I wonder if we need to run body processes before we teach the class. because not a lot of body process I receive like in person during the 3-day body class, of course, and during the whole years and so on practicing, because this process is new for me. So do I need to run on my body this before the class to get more clarity, or just can you clarify this, because I have no idea. I just thank you.
It's recommended. I would suggest it's probably a smart idea to run the body process and to receive the body process before you do a class. That way you'll have a lot more information about it. But also within the 3-day body class, you're getting all the energies that are in there, just not the ones that are run on your body. So don't like, it's not exactly true to say your body hasn't received that energy. It's been in the 3-day body class. Just because you haven't, your body didn't predict that particular process to be run on you in the class, doesn't mean you don't have the access or ability to receive that, to be that energy, to receive it, or anything like that. But again, like you were saying, if you gift and receive the process, you're going to get more clarity. You will receive more information about it and have more clarity around it. So I highly recommend, before you do choose to do a body process class on any process, you have it run. And even if you're going to repeat that process, have it run again, because you'll get more and more awareness each time you run the body process.
Andrew?
Yes.
Some like a person themselves can run the killing energy on themselves if they have like a virus or trying to get over, like you said, whatever disease they have, right? They can just run the killing energy clearing on themselves too.
Well, but there's not just one killing energy. There's killing energy is the energy that will kill something.
Just by being.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's certain things will die to certain energies. There's not one energy that kills.
I guess what I'm trying to ask, if the person is too much of a pussy to run the killing energy, can they just say the clearing over and over until they get to be the killing energy?
Well, sure, but yeah, I mean, and you could look at, okay, how many lifetimes have you been a killer? Everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about that will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right,
Yeah.
bad, pod, and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. And in those lifetimes in which you were a killer, how much did you really enjoy killing? Everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about that will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Thank you.
Andrew?
Yes.
Can anybody who has never done access run this process on me?
It probably I would suggest, if they've never done access and you want, and that's all you have to have them to have around to run body processes, I would suggest you run it on them first.
Okay.
And then have them run it on you.
Okay, thank you.
That way, yes.
Can I ask a question from the Spanish chat?
Yes.
The question is, in a conceptual level, what topics do you suggest sharing in this class when we run this process, like in this particular topic?
I think, therefore I am. I mean, you could do so much with this process, because the idea behind it's an algorithmic interrupt. So it's, where are you willing to be you could do, are you willing to be a question with your body? You could look at, where are you not willing to be a question in your life? Are your thoughts bringing you down? Whose thoughts are bringing you down? There's so many different ways in which you can go. And also please realize whenever you're picking a topic for the class or a title for the class, the title or the topic, all of that's just to get people there. Once the people are there, you show up and you start asking questions and see what they would like to talk about. So it's like, okay, so, you know, just like now, I'm like, okay, I did the one thing that I talked about, killing energy. Cool. Now, what else would you guys like to know? And if no one asks me a question, I'll just twiddle my thumbs for another 15 minutes and then we'll call it a day. So, you know, and look at it, you know, where you're going, you know, and what's going on in the world at that time. And for Latin America, I'm sure you could just put drama in the title and you'll get a lot of people. You could call it telenovela interrupt.
That was fantastic. Thanks.
You're welcome. I feel like the telenovela interrupt is really good. It's like you could have a little magic wand. You can be like, someone tells you you're there. They start going, ah, da, da. They start crying and all the thing. And you go, telenovela interrupt. They go, Dios mío. And you go, telenovela interrupt.
Wow.
Your mother comes home and starts talking to you. Telenovela interrupt. That's really a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But anyways, you could still use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s. But I mean, I feel like telenovela interrupt is way better in my head than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they still work the same. Okay, and I think there was a question up here. If there's a chip with the COVID vaccinations or anything else, could it be eliminated? Yep. There's this process that can be helpful with those things, and then there's the new body process that came out. That's in the 3-day manual now. That became a 1-sheet too. It's the RNA process, and it should be in the English folder and is being translated into the other languages. How being the killing energy and respect in the same time, and respect the same, respect in the same time, the choice. Oh, okay. So how can you be the killing energy and respect people's choice at the same time? Well, what about your choice? If they want to kill you, is that okay? Are you going to respect their choice? Or if they just want to like stomp all over you, is that respect of their choice? Allowance, and then they ask, is that allowance? And I'm like, well, allowance doesn't mean you're a doormat. You know.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Sorry, my English is not so fluently. So my question was, how being the killer energy, when you see people that doesn't choose what you see it's possible for them?
Well, now you're just being an asshole.
How?
Okay, because you said that they're not choosing what you see as possible for them.
Yes.
What doesn't matter what you see is possible for them. What about their choice? It's empowering them to know what they know, not showing them what you know.
This is my question.
Yeah, but you're not looking at empowering them to know what they know. You're looking at showing them what you're aware of that they could choose.
Yes.
What if you looked at, okay, so what choices would they like to make? That's why you ask them a question. If they're like, oh, I don't see any other choices. Okay, great. Hope that works out well for you. Or, oh, well, can I contribute to that then?
It's so difficult sometimes to just see how stuck people are.
No, then you just go in your head, telenovela interrupt. And then you don't do this though. You can't do that. Then they'll know you're doing magic or something. You just have to you know, that's also where you can use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So you mean that the killer energy is not to it's not to kill the choice of people.
Sure, you could kill a choice. Doesn't really, it just eliminates that choice. It doesn't stop anything. And also, like I said, this process is similar. The algorithmic interrupt energy is similar to the killing energy because it's in the same thing, but that's also where, you know, that's why you're saying, oh, well, if someone's about to drive, like if they're going to drive off a cliff, then they're heading to drive off a cliff and they're not paying attention, that's them choosing to die. Or no, it's not because they didn't know. No, that's not true. You're an infinite being. You do know. Same thing. If you know, if they're being stupid about it, then, you know, that's where you say stop. But when it looks at their choices and it's not affecting me, then it's like, okay, that's your choice. And Gary's also said, you know, when people make a choice and it makes them less, he doesn't do anything about it. When people are making a choice and it's going to make the world less, then he'll see if he can change, what he can change or what he can do different.
Okay. I noticed that I misidentify to be a killer energy and to want to save people.
Well, but this isn't about saving people.
No. But
If you want-
I got
If
some
you want to save people,
confusion.
then you're going to be one of the lemurs that runs off the cliff with everyone else.
Yes.
There's nothing to do with saving in this. If you're looking at saving people, you're not going to get anywhere. Because you'll just end up trapped, or you'll try to save them from drowning and you'll just drown with them. Or you expend all your energy trying to rescue them, and then when you do, they'll get really mad at you because is that what they're asking for? That's where you have to look at, okay, so what is this person willing to receive? What are they asking for? Not what do I think that they're asking for that I think they should have, because that's what I think they should have.
Yes, it's where I confuse the killer energy and to choose for people. It's not the
Start
same.
using the killing energy on your stupidity then.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for this.
You're welcome. Yes, Andrea.
Andrea, I have another question. When you run the body process on yourself and it's, let's say, crown and sacrum, how do you do that? I mean, you can do that for 5 minutes and then your arm falls off, or I don't know. Can you also put one hand on the front side of the body? Does that also
You
work?
could do that. You could just ask the energy to run on your body. I mean, you could do whatever works for you and your body. Also keep in mind, running it on yourself, it isn't as effective as having someone else run it on you.
I just do it when no one's around.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just saying that one of the reasons it's not as effective is because you can't really get comfortable trying to run the process really.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Thanks you.
You're welcome. So in order to be aware of what energy is required to kill, you have to be willing to receive and be totally aware of the energy we are desiring to kill. So no resistance and reaction in order to receive and perceive what we are killing. Well, yeah, sure. I think you just have to look at, okay, so what energy is required to stop this or kill this or change this? You can just ask that question. You don't have to think about it. The other thing is, like I was saying, is she was saying the killing energy, it's not one energy, because there's not one specific thing that kills things, unless it's Roundup or something like that, and it probably kills everything.
It doesn't actually, but that's really cool.
But that's what I mean. Like Roundup will kill a lot of things, but then there's certain things that won't. And if it's a cockroach, it doesn't matter, it'll survive anything because it just can't die. You know, so that's where it has to, you have to look at, okay, so what energy it is. And that's like this with the algorithmic interrupt energy being this is you'll interrupt algorithms.
Can I ask you a really stupid question?
Yes,
Just-
stupid questions are
you love that, don't you? What if you're trying to book a flight and you want to kill the algorithm interrupt or kill the algorithms of the airlines, but you don't want to kill your computer? Can you be really specific?
Sure. But you know, you asking what else is possible is an algorithmic interrupt.
Okay.
Question interrupts conclusion. You know, have you actually ever had someone ask you a question and it felt like your brain just buzzed over and you don't know what the fuck happened for like 3 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's algorithmic interrupt. Do I have other questions? No. So everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the amalgamation and actualization of algorithmic interrupt energy, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right, non, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. And everything you're doing to make sure your body is never this energy because you want to think and 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 think because otherwise you don't exist. Will you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. Ah, we're getting somewhere. I'm feeling heads fuzz. Other questions, concerns, complaints, conclusions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. What question can I make to create these classes here in Montreal to invite more people to receive? Perhaps this is a stupid question, but I was really, really stupid. So I'm willing to kill with the energy to invite more people to have this body process.
Well, yeah, but you're looking at, okay, now you're looking at how can I use the killing energy to intimidate people in the class?
Oh, I will intimidate. Okay.
Well, what if you started looking at what energy you could be that would seduce people into class? Are you going to get more people in your body process classes from threatening to kill them or from offering them or from seducing them?
Seducing.
Well, then why are you looking at killing? Start seducing, unless you think seducing and killing are one and the same. And then, well,
oh, okay. Okay.
everything that brought up or let down, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes, please.
All you femme fatales out there, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds.
I come from the Global Foundation. I'm Latin. I'm from Peru. So I really want to invite to get over from the telenovela drama. And I didn't really do classes. I was more into taking classes, but I know I want to overcome the stupidity to be hide. So that's why I was asking this question.
Well, yeah, and you could also look at what works for you. You know, just because other people do classes, you don't have to do classes, and you don't have to do classes the same way in which other people do classes. What works for you?
I really enjoy to meet with different people and to have fun. And I think right now, for example, I was expecting to have the body classes, but because of that, we don't have classes here in Montreal. And
but you're looking at expecting people to do it.
Yes, I was expecting that.
Yeah, so look at, okay, all of the projections, expectations, separation of projections, and judgments I have around creating body process classes, destroying and create it all.
Yes, please.
Right,
Yes.
good and bad, pod and talk, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. And then you could, you know, all my stupidity around
Yes.
creating body process classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh God, it's still not going away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, okay. Thank you. It's
Do
fine.
that for like a month straight. All my
Yes.
past juniors, all my stupidity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and see.
Yes,
Notice
Yes.
how you're already starting to laugh and have more fun
Yes.
with it.
I was laughing with the whole class. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Andrea had her hand up with the question.
Okay.
Andrea,
Did she have another question, or did she? Do you have another question, Andrea, or were you just leaving your hand up from the last time?
I wasn't sure, so I just wanted to check. Her hand's up.
Okay. Or is it an algorithm that we're interrupting and then we don't?
Was it me? Okay, my
So
hand
you-
is down now.
Okay. Okay, her hand's down. So fine. Sarah, you said there's is a question you wrote in the
Yeah.
chat?
Yeah, the question that the lady has in the Spanish chat is, can she run this killing energy process to her bank accounts, or should it be better to just run some fives to her bank account? That's the question in the chat.
Body processes. Do your bank accounts have a body? Don't run the body process on your bank account, run it on your body, which uses your bank account. Do the fives on the banking system if you'd really like to. Also, you might not want to have a point of view about doing it. If you're trying to use the fives to somehow make your bank account magically jump up in value or something, that's not having no point of view. So it might work against you. But go ahead, play with it. Do what you want. I'm not going to stop you. Just remember, when it doesn't work out the way you decided it should work out, telenovela interrupt. Okay. Do we have any other Spanish questions, or can I? That's no. I don't know what to, the waving finger.
No, no more questions. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Gloria, you can ask your question.
When I'm experiencing a lot of body discomfort and it doesn't belong to me, and I'd really like to clear it, could you suggest some ways to do that?
So you're experiencing body discomfort in running the process?
Sorry, no, not about the process, just life in general.
In general, you have body discomfort.
Lots.
Okay, is that yours or somebody else's?
Somebody else's.
Okay, and so is it something your body's healing for them? Is your body giving you an awareness? What is it?
I'm getting healing.
Okay, so did you swear that, like, do you know this person this lifetime? Are they from another lifetime that you knew them?
Sometimes I know and sometimes I don't.
Okay, well, one, are they going to receive the change?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because if you're trying to heal them and it's not working, they're not willing to receive it, so then you can't really change it.
So if I can't change it, how do I disconnect from it?
You don't have to disconnect from it. You could just acknowledge, okay, is my body looking at healing this other body? Yes. Okay, is this going to work? No. Okay, body, thank you for the awareness. I'm glad you're making me aware of how uncomfortable their body is. We can't really do anything about it. The other thing is you've already, it's uncomfortable or it's difficult or any point of view you have about it will stick you.
So how do I clear the unstick and unstick?
All my stupidity with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Awesome.
An algorithmic interrupt the body process while thinking about healing other people.
Cool.
It works like Gary always talked about getting bars run, and then, if you're having an issue, someone get your bars run and just like whinge about the person, just vomit all of the things that you hate about them or that drive you insane about them or whatever. You could do the same thing while running body processes. You could have someone run the interrupt energy on you and then just start professing all of your conclusions and stupidity around healing and how you need to heal other people and how it's valuable and how you have to save them and how without you they'd be too stupid and they probably would have already died.
Yep.
Everything that brought up or let down will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right now, on good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
Cool. Thank you, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea,
Yes.
may I ask you may I ask you a question that's about another body process, but it's more about the session?
Uh-huh.
So my mom ran BMM on me, and it was super weird after that. Like I was as if I was trapped in a box, and like I couldn't clear it for 24 hours, which was like 24 million hours for me.
Very dramatic, and it's all your mother's fault.
What?
I know it's very dramatic, and it's all your mother's fault.
Okay, I'm still. Where are you going with this? Because I'm asking for more awareness of like what was going on there.
Well, you have awareness, but are you looking at one? You already decided. What did you already decide about it afterwards? You said it was very weird with a nice, very light energy, right? Everyone felt that energy and said that, right? She's like, I got this process wrong, and afterwards, I was very weird for like 24 hours, and I couldn't clear it, and I was in a box, and
I was jailed. It was
well, those are all very nice conclusions. Did you ask your body after running the process? Oh, body, what is this? Or did you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you perhaps ask, what's right about this? I'm not getting.
I did.
And there was nothing right about it, right?
Yeah, no, I called someone, and yeah, she contributed energetically, so it lifted up. But I'm still like, what the fuck just happened? Like I used to have it.
Let's go. We'll do it slow, step by step. What's the point of running body processes?
Get more conscious?
To create more awareness. So after you had BMM run by your mother, did you get any more awareness?
Okay, I'm not willing to receive it. Okay, I'll ask that.
All this heavy energy that you're talking about that you were stuck in for the last 24 hours and that you couldn't change, and it was like you were in jail. Is that the energy that your body had been stuck in and living with and couldn't change prior to having your mother run BMM? Probably not. Good point.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Okay.
So everything
Thank
that
you.
will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Please remember, when you run a body process and you feel like crap afterwards, oh my gosh, is this the change I've been asking for, body? What's right about this?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
Out of nowhere, or is this all the stuff I was unwilling to be aware of prior to running the body process?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Because
thank
the
you.
point of the body process is to create more awareness. So you run the body process, you get a shit ton more awareness afterwards, and then you're like, well, You have to look, okay, was this energy, and people always like to say, because I'll work on people or they'll come to class and then all of a sudden I have a pain that wasn't there. I was like, okay, so is that true? Was the pain not there, or was it always there and now you're just aware of it? You know, and so you could ask, okay, all this crazy crap, did this just show up out of nowhere, or was it always there and now I am aware of it? Yay, I'm aware of it. How does it get any better than that? What else is possible? Oh man, I wonder what can change in my life now that I'm aware of all this heavy shit that I was holding on to that I couldn't change prior to this. I wonder if I can change it now. Everything that is, right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay. Spanish question.
That one was more like an acknowledgement of gratitude for you, because Marta was in your in the COP with you in Puerto Vallarta, and you run an ESC process with her. And
Yeah.
after you did that on her, the pain that she was experiencing for a long time on her foot disappeared, and she's now super happy and grateful for that.
Yay. Well, I hope she can wear high heels and have lots of fun then. Essie's terrible. It's a bad thing. Yes, and so the question you can always ask is, was the pain always there, or am I just, or did I just become aware of it? Or you could ask it for all of those things, you know, anything that shows up. Oh, is this something new, or was this always there? Or has this been there and I just wasn't willing to be aware of it? When we get it, we get it. You're welcome, Judy. Yes, Ula, you have a question? Or is it a translated question? What?
It's about the facelift class. Were you at the facelift class,
I
Andrew?
was, but I was also knocked out for, you know, a good half of it. So
Okay.
we can try me.
Yeah, me too. In the very start of the class, a lady asked something about psoriasis, and
Mhm.
Shannon said she would come back to it after lunch, and I think I have passed out. But was it just to run the elimination and eradication of the microbiotic desertification of dermis? Was it something to do with that, or did she never come back to her?
I do not know if Shannon ever came back to it, and I do not know what her
Okay.
response is.
If anybody knows, could they speak up? I would like to hear it if anybody knows.
I was asleep after lunch.
Yeah, me too.
No one seems to remember. Oh,
No.
they also said ask the body. Well, I mean, I could say ask the body. That's
Yeah,
always,
but it just sounded as there was something she was aware of. And I thought it was perhaps
well,
it was
it doesn't matter
this
what
about
Shannon's
the
aware of. It's what you're
what?
aware of with the body. Look at what you're aware of with the body. You could also listen to the recordings too, as Tatiana said.
Yeah, I know, but
Sorry, I don't have any.
no. If it's just if was someone was aware of it, it has to do with this desertification of the earth and some kind of awareness in the psoriasis with this thing.
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of people that skin issues has changed. I mean, there was a horse that we ran this on that had these weird rashes all over their body that got
Okay.
the elimination, eradication, dermis process, whatever that whole thing is. I don't have the process in front of me. And it changed their skin and everything,
Yeah, okay.
the horse's skin. So try it out, see.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Other questions?
Andrew,
Jackie?
does viral infection versus bacterial infection, does it have a different energy?
Well, are the words different?
Yeah.
Then it's a
So-
different energy.
Oh, okay. Damn, now it's more complicated.
Well, I mean, you could just make it simple and ask the body.
What to run? Okay.
Yes. Because asking the body will get you it's the quickest, easiest way to the awareness of what energy it requires. You don't have to say, oh, this body has a viral infection. Now I know what to run. I don't really know what the hell's going on with people. I just asked the body. And they're like, how did you know to touch there? I said, your body told me to. How did you know to touch there? Your body told me to. So just ask their body and trust that it will give you the information and you'll know.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Any experiences running processes on people with cancer? Yes, ask the body. MTBSS on the immune points or on all the joints. Lots of times. You're welcome. So everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the amalgamation and actualization of the algorithm interrupt energy, will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Other questions? Okay. Do we have announcements or anything, Tanya?
Do you want to just maybe explain that this one can be facilitated singly or doubly?
So segue to next month too. So next month we're doing a body process that is called the reset of all cellular structures to indefinite living and environmental communion. That body process requires this body process being run prior to it. I wanted to do that body process, the reset one, this month, but then I realized that we didn't talk about this one. So I figured we'd do it in an orderly fashion. So, because that the reset one requires an algorithmic interrupt energy prior to it, and it just has to be run one time. It's not like, 90% brain capacity where you need BMM every time before 90%. So there's a full one-day class that has algorithmic interrupt energy and then the reset of all cellular structures together as one combo, just to make it easy. Can I repeat the name for translation? I'll do you one better. I will post it in the chat for translation. Oh, well, Tanya already beat me to it, so nah. Okay, so there's that announcement. And so next month we'll have the date for when the reset one comes out. It should be hopefully around the middle of the month again. Also, Dane's, oh, I undid my copy paste, no. All right, there we go. Also, Dane's Body Whispering book came out and you could buy it on Kindle via the link I just posted in the chat for $3. So check that out if you want to help get it to bestseller. And if you just want the Body Whispering book for $3, it's a really good book. We have those announcements. What else? Just a reminder, if you weren't on the facelift class and you are an Access Facelift facilitator, or if you're planning on becoming an Access Facelift facilitator, you're going to need the global facelift class that Grace and Shannon just completed last week. So it's in the Access shop and it's available for purchase. Just keep that in mind for all of you that are facilitators and looking to renew next year. You're going to need to take that class if you haven't already. What other? Oh, advanced body class is coming up in Mexico in a little a month and a half-ish. So it'll be the 25th of June, I believe it starts. So, and it's with Dane in Mexico. I think we're going to be at the beach in Puerto Vallarta. So you can come have some beach time and get the advanced body class, which is amazing, by the way. I did the one in Houston and it's very good. I'm going to be at the beach too in Mexico because I think my body just needs more advanced body classes. So there is my spiel for the advanced body class. Don't do it. It won't change your body. It won't change your life. Done. Yes, there will be an abuse hold Grace is doing. I'm working out the logistics. It's not posted yet, but Grace will be doing an abuse hold class. I think the second night of the advanced body class. So there's that. Any other interesting tidbits I need to announce, Betsy? Yes, I'm doing an SE class in Puerto Vallarta too after the advanced body class. There. I think I've done all the Mexico things. Betsy, do we have anything else coming up that needs related to bodies that people need to know about or announce? I feel like there's one more thing, but I can't remember it.
I know I do too, but the same thing. I'm like,
Okay, well, if I forgot something, we'll just put it in the email and make it big and bold and bright letters and it says, look here. The prereqs for the ABC are 2 3-day body classes and a COP, and one of those 3-day body classes needs to be within a year of the ABC. So if you've taken 2 already, but you haven't taken one in the last year, then you need to take another one.
and don't they need to be with 2 different facilitators?
No, they do not need to be with 2 different facilitators.
Okay.
The 2 different facilitators is only to become a body process facilitator.
Cool. Yeah, thank you.
So question for next month's body process, where do you run it? You run it on, is it, I think it's, I don't know. 1 second. We are researching.
Crown and as discussed in class, if that helps out.
Thank you. There you go. It's run Crown and as discussed in class. Next ABC in India. I have no clue. I think there's going to be an ABC in Europe, hopefully, sometime in late summer, early fall. Fingers crossed. We're working on it. You know, but you crazy Europeans and not letting Americans in, and you know, it's being worked out though. Access is working on it. So they're trying, but I don't know about India. I don't. For the abuse hold, what is the prereq? COP.
And don't you need to listen to the abuse hold class a bunch of times?
Oh yeah, sorry. The abuse hold class is COP and listening to the clearing the issues of abuse. The original clearing the issues of abuse. It says original in the title. It's $30 in the Access shop, I believe. It's a 2.5 hour long MP3. You need to listen to it at minimum of 30 times. We say at minimum because if you listen to it 30 times and you still hate it, if you can't listen to it without squirming, shutting it off, wanting to throw something at the wall, any of those things, then you need to listen to it more. If you can listen to it and not get annoyed by the guy breathing heavily in the background, you're on the right track. If someone's voice annoys you through the whole thing, you need to listen more. These are indicators of what amount of times you need to listen to it. I used to listen to it on a loop every night. I would wake up in the middle of the night and shut my computer down. I had to keep listening to it. Also, just a bit of warning, you might not want to listen to that, you know, overnight ad nauseum for like a couple days in a row without having your bars run. You might hate yourself. Or you might want to kill everyone, which is totally acceptable if you're willing to pay that cost. It was fine. But in hindsight, you know, listen to it, arrange your bars, maybe have a partner. You can exchange bars while listening to it. Things might be easier for you and your body. We've had quite a few people that listen to it and then go slightly crazy afterwards. Yes, there will be an abuse hold class in Mexico. During one of the evenings during the ABC. Julie said, the very first time I was listening to it, I had to shut it off and get my bars on to proceed listening to it again. Yep, that's it. I had one friend that, a while ago, they used to sell a CD of it. They would sell the CD of it. And she bought the CD, put it in her CD player, started listening to it, and the CD player ate it and wouldn't eject it. And she couldn't get it to open, couldn't get anything to happen. She couldn't listen to it anymore. Yes, it is the one with Gary. It's also, in earlier formats, it was called the Clearing the Issues of Animal Abuse, because Gary says fuck in it and someone got offended. So he titled it Clearing the Issues of Animal Abuse, because animals don't get offended by the word fuck. But moral of the story is, if you listen to it and it annoys you, you're offended. You don't know why, but you just don't want to listen to it more. Why do you listen to it? Because if you get to the point where you can listen through it without getting annoyed or anything, it helps your body release the abuse. And then so when you actually get to the abuse hold, it lets your body can let go of all of those things without you fighting or having a rough time or being annoyed or anything like that. There you go. That's my spiel upon the original Clearing the Issues of Abuse, listening 30 or more times. I also happen to deal with all the people that go to the abuse hold and then afterwards they ask questions about it. And this is the #1 question asked. I don't feel like I got the change. Well, how many times did you listen to the MP3? 30. Can you listen to it without being annoyed or holding your breath or dying? No. Well, then you need to listen to it more. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I think that's everything. So next month, reset of all cellular systems for the reset of all cellular structures to indefinite living and environmental communion. Please have that run it on someone else. Play with it. Also, if you're going to run it on someone else and they haven't had the algorithmic interrupt energy, remember you need to run the algorithmic interrupt energy before you run the reset process. So keep that in mind. So if you didn't run it on anyone this month, haha, you can't do next month's homework until you do this month's homework. So there, I've trapped you all. Or you can just skip both months and then you can do that too. Albina, you're going to ask your mom? Great. Perfect. I mean, hey, she changed something the last time. And Julie says, yep, Gary says if you don't do the prereqs for your body to receive the change, but if you want to waste your money, it's your choice. Yes, exactly. If you want to give Grace and Access money, then you can do so. It's fine. We won't stop you. If you would also like to give them money and receive change, listen to the MP3 as many times as your body says. If your body says 600, listen to it 600 times. Put it on loop overnight and just let it count and see how many times it loops. Julie says for me, it was more like 40 times. Great, there you go. I think mine was closer to 60, but the quality of the audio doesn't annoy me anymore, Betsy said. Yep, if you can laugh at that. It's also very cool because Gary uses the old way of the clearing statement prior to the POC and POD. It wasn't totally fully, it was short, it was the long version of the clearing statement. So it's a fun time. Yes, the paragraph. What I was going to say something else, but I I know what I wanted to do. Everything you're unwilling to be, know, perceive, and receive about the amalgamation and actualization of the algorithmic, I can't even talk, algorithm interrupt energy. Will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I know, easy for me to say. Apparently, I'm interrupting my capacity for speech. There you go. So next month, we'll include the date in the follow-up email, so please look for that. And thank you, everyone. Have a good month, and we'll see you in a month. Bye. Thank you, translators.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.